The Prime Minister of Haiti has announced he's leaving. He's going to step down. The gang violence in that country and the unrest threatens to turn into an all-out civil war. It's been getting worse by the day. The U.S. has pledged another $100 million to support a multinational security force for Haiti. But now the plan seems like it's on hold as Haiti waits to form a new government. We have the co-chair of the Congressional Haiti Caucus with us, Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick, who represents Florida, Democrat from Florida. Thank you, Congresswoman, for coming on. And, you know, the other thing today, we thought that Kenya would step up and have, I think they were going to send, what was it, like 1,000 police officers to Haiti. Now that's been, I think it's been paused unless you've heard something different. So is Haiti going to get the help it needs?
Well, I think we're moving towards getting the help it needs. My understanding is that the Kenyan forces are pausing their efforts for now, just until Haiti has a transition government. As you mentioned earlier, the Prime Minister last night, he actually resigned, but his resignation is contingent upon a transfer of power to a transitional government. So right now they're negotiating, which is a Haitian-led negotiation, under the supervision of CARICOM. So we're hoping that they'll come to their agreement very soon so we can have the full resignation and usher in a transitional government.
All right, Prime Minister Henry, what we're showing on the screen right now, so as you say, he's resigning once they get a new government figured out. Is that something you had supported, or?
Yes, I've been calling for him to resign for more than a year now. Once it became apparent that he was actually blocking the negotiations in a transition government, I felt the best thing was for him to resign. So I think that's an affirmative step forward, and the Haitian people feel the same way. Right now, what we're encouraging our Republican partners to do and our colleagues is to release the funding. Once the funding is made available, then we can take more affirmative steps to secure Haiti. As you know, the gangs have taken over the entire country, and now they're claiming to have a civil war. They took over 2 ministries this weekend. They're threatening to take the palace. And from what I'm hearing from my family back home is that everyone is staying locked in. They're running out of food, they're running out of water, and they're terrified of what's to come.
So what is to come? How do you transition from where we are right now into something more stable, into a government that is functional? What has to happen next?
Well, there's going to be many steps. I know a lot of people are looking for a silver bullet, but we first have to have that transition government. Without that transition government, Kenya doesn't have an infrastructure or government to work with, and we have to release the funds. The U.S. has committed now $300 million, which was announced by Blinken in Jamaica. But announcing the funds and having the funds available to start doing the work is a different thing. And we've had a real struggle with getting the Republicans to release that. The initial ask was for $50 million to be released, and the Republicans released $10 million. Now we're asking for $40 million, and it's been a constant hurdle to get that money out. But I keep, pleading with my colleagues and letting everyone know that this Haiti issue really is an American issue. People are in dire circumstances. They're living and feeling uncertain. And when people are in that situation where they're feeling a constant threat of death, they actually feel desperate. And we don't want anybody to take desperate measures and hit the waterways and try to find their way to America.
Right. How do you prevent, though, the gangs from just doing what they did previously, essentially forcing the government out and continuing with the chaos that's in place? How would this money and funding be used to prevent that?
That's a great question. One of the things that we've been really looking at is, as we're putting this transitional presidential council together, what are the mechanisms that are going to be in place for justice? Justice is a real issue in Haiti. Many of the gangs have been asking for amnesty, but we know if they do receive amnesty, they're just going to, stay dormant for a minute and come right back and have another coup. So we've been looking at and exploring different justice mechanisms, especially for the gang leaders. We understand that there are some younger kids who've been forced into the gangs, but we need to make sure that there's accountability. If we're going to have a credible solution for Haitians and get their buy-in, justice must be addressed. So we're actually having these conversations right now to ensure that there's actually a real democracy. But when you have the same people who are constantly creating chaos, who are constantly challenging democracy, then this is the cycle that you're going to see. And so we're hoping that this time, as we're looking for troops who have the cultural competency, we're putting the funding forward, that we will not be back here in 10 years.
All right. I know you're involved in these issues in the Congress, and as the Congresswoman said, she's plenty of family in Haiti as well, so the personal connection. Thanks for coming on, Congresswoman. We'll continue to follow this. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.